Hey guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Joe and I'm here for the match review of today's matchup that just finished moments ago between Genoa and Milan at the Luigi Ferraris, where Genoa won 1-0 with the goal coming from Zemaili. Disappointing performance, disappointing result for Milan. I really hoped that Milan was going to continue the performance that we saw in previous matches against Inter, Palermo, Udinese. I thought we were going to continue these types of performances and continue our win streak against a depleted Genoa side with many injuries and suspensions, like we had mentioned in the match preview, but unfortunately it wasn't the case, and Milan had to suffer yet another loss in this season. Now, especially in the first half, Milan didn't play very well. I think Genoa walked all over them, and they had a very good first half, where even though their goal was lucky, I think Genoa had the most of the chances in that first half and definitely deserved maybe more. But I didn't like the urgency that I saw from Milan in that first half. Really, I don't know why they showed up like this to the game, but we had many problems to contain certain players. Diego Capel from Genoa was probably one of their main influential players today, as he led in their attack and definitely did very well for them. So Milan had lots and lots of problems in that first half. Really lack of ideas, lack of creativity, lack of doing anything positive for the match. The major talking point, however, was Romagnoli, as he picked up a red card in a 42nd minute, I believe. Really, I don't give the blame to Romagnoli on that red card, but I give it more to Zapata, where even before that event happened, I saw him several times in that first half where he was giving possession away way too easily, really bad passes. I don't know what he was doing, and unfortunately for Romagnoli, he was caught at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he had to pick up the second yellow card, which put Milan in 10-man. And of course, when you're playing in 10-man, it's really uphill from there on, because not only was Genoa winning 1-0, but you're also playing with 10-man for the whole second half. So I really wasn't expecting much from Milan altogether after that event. However, to my surprise, Milan actually played better in the second half with a man down. And if you're looking at the statistics, Milan actually had 3 shots on goal with a few chances, actually 2 shots besides the 3 shots on goal that could have easily been goals. Clear goal scoring chances not put away. The first one from Kushka and the second one at the death of the match with that Rodrigo Eli header. So unfortunate events really for Milan in that second half, where they could have got an equalizer and turned this game around, give a positive result, even though it was going to be a tie for Milan. So overall, it could have been better for Milan, but unfortunately, we have to walk away with 0 points from this match. However, credit needs to be given that second half for Milan, because they actually did play better, and Genoa actually had 0 goals on target, shots on target, that is, for in the second half. So going back to certain players I wanted to talk about, and certain situations, positions, and so forth. There are 3 major talking points that I want to mention in this review, and the first one is obviously the debate going on between Montolivo and De Jong, who should play, who should not be playing. And of course, once again today we saw Montolivo starting in the middle, much like we saw in previous matches, and De Jong preferred on the side. And in my opinion, I don't know if De Jong's position is good over there on playing wide. Of course, De Jong should obviously be playing more in the middle, even though that limits a bit of the creativity. But De Jong obviously is more of a physical player, so he's not very creative. And of course, he could help the defense very much by playing in the middle. So De Jong definitely, I don't think he's good to play as a wide midfielder. But let me know what you guys think. Where should De Jong play? Some people are actually suggesting that he should be playing in defense as a center back. Would that be better? I don't know. I think he has the qualities to defend very well, but I don't know if I would use him as a center back. but let me know what you guys think about that. The second point I wanted to make was Bonaventura. In recent matches, I mentioned several times that I want to see Bonaventura play as a trequartista. However, it kind of proved me wrong today, as we saw in previous matches that Bonaventura was actually playing better in the midfield, and I think he needs to play in that midfield to be more influential to this team. I would like to see a midfield composed of Kuchka, Montolivo, and Bonaventura. What do you guys think about that? I think it's a pretty good mix. Maybe not the best, but if you guys have any other ideas, of course, share them down below. And the third point I wanted to make was about the strikers. Balotelli and Luis Adriano started today, and some people might think otherwise. By my opinion, Balotelli was one of the most influential players in the Udinese match and in this match. Many people don't recall much about Balotelli's position because once again he's playing there as a guy that wants to draw fouls. Okay, he wants to draw fouls, wants to regain possession for Milan, wants to take set pieces where he's a serious threat, especially in front of the box. So Balotelli, in my opinion, he's been doing good. Maybe not the best, but we also have to blame the support that he's been getting really from the midfield so far, like we saw today. Lack of ideas, lack of creativity. So, my opinion, Balotelli is doing good. The guy that's not giving me a very good feedback so far is Luis Adriano. Some people might think otherwise once again, but Luis Adriano, in my opinion, hasn't been very crucial so far. He hasn't been very consistent. I would prefer to see Bacca play with Balotelli, in my opinion. I think those two could do very well together. Luis Adriano needs to work a bit on his urgency, be a bit more aggressive, even though we saw him several times today coming back to help the midfield and so forth. It's not that I'm expecting a lot better from Luis Adriano, but I would like to see him doing better for himself and for the team. So I don't know exactly how I would place it, but some people are obviously suggesting put Balotelli as a trequartista, Luis Adriano, and Bacca up front. Well, we did kind of see that in the last 5-10 minutes today, and it wasn't that bad as we generated a few chances, but we'll see what Mihajlovic thinks of that. The best possible thing that could happen, in my opinion, is when Menez comes back, he plays as the trequartista, and then Mihajlovic kind of considers his options up front with Bacca, Balotelli, and Luis Adriano, and chooses who he thinks is best. But let me know about these dilemmas, these problems that we currently have in our lineup that I think should be fixed as soon as possible in order to get better results and better playmaking altogether. But overall, going back to the match, it was a disappointing result, disappointing performance. I thought that we were actually going to get the win against such a dismantled Genoa side, but it wasn't the case, and Genoa brought home their 3 points. So that wraps up today's match review for Genoa Milan. Once again, 1-0 the scoreline for Genoa, goal scored by Zemaili. Some very tough encounters for Milan in the next few weeks, where they will be playing against Napoli, Torino, Sassuolo, just to name a few. And Milan's going to have to do way better altogether if they want to pick up some serious points here in the standings. On that note, guys, I'll be seeing you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to Rossoneri TV to stay updated with everything AC Milan, from match previews, reviews, news, and much more as we cover everything AC Milan. And I'll be seeing you guys next time. This has been Gio, signing off from Rossoneri TV, and as always, Forza Milan.